Well, welcome everybody to the Master Heart Family. And this is where our spiritual family comes together. We are all really connected by heart. And I was going over our overview of the Master Heart Family that we had made really last year. But it really is beautiful of what our intention is. And so before we get into all the miracles that have been happening for you guys and all the goodies and all the good things that you've been asking for and then allowing to be in your life. But the Master Heart Family, this is where our hearts are open and free to be who we really are, which is pure love, all heart. And this is where we can dismiss the guards in front of our heart. And I just helped somebody the other day dismiss those guards. They're little, the drunken monkey, that little committee was telling them that they got to be guarded, and guarded just gives you more things to be guarded from, and not a very free and happy life. And this is where we can take off the locks and chains of our heart and love our inner child and be free to express our heart's desires. And so, we always start out with sharing the good news and the good things that have been happening to us. And I urge you not to really share that with too many people. You can with our spiritual family here, but others, they'll try to talk you out of it because they have their little committees going and saying, oh, it's just luck or chance or whatever they're saying. And in fact, we know, and we know the truth. And so we're building to continue this Master Heart Family. We are building together a foundation of trusting, believing, and knowing that God brings us all things. It is a time for us to lead our lives with heart. And isn't that beautiful? And so with that, let's go ahead and lead and there's more to that, by the way, the belief in the unseen yet felt, and it's all about our feelings. It's our guidance system. When we feel good, we're thinking about this the way that our higher power is. Not feeling so good, and I'm gonna okay, we're good, and we're not feeling very good. That means we're not thinking about this as our higher powers, God, the universe, those that are really doing all the work for us. The Father does the work. We just have to do the thinking, the asking, if you will. So with that, what's the good news? Who has some good news to share with us today?
I guess I can go first.
Okay, right, anyway.
Just to follow up, excuse me, on really the past month, maybe month and a half. Some of the stories that I've been, I guess, talking about on here with my kids. For me, it's just really been a miraculous month. And excuse me, I've talked about my son and my oldest daughter and what's really been going on with them. As for my son, I was asking, I think most people know, he plays lacrosse, and his team was doing well. And excuse me, I got something in my throat. In the last game of the season, he pulled his hamstring. And so the playoffs started, and I called up Dr. Hank and I said, how do we manifest a miraculous recovery here? Because we wanted him to play. So I began asking for that, and I began grounding before each of the final two games. Standing barefoot in the grass, absorbing as much spiritual energy and vibration as I could. Just before he would leave for the games, I'd place my hands on him, and he didn't know what I was doing. Just what you were saying, trying to, I guess, tell everyone or convey what we're doing doesn't really make sense. but we know what we're doing, and people in this group know what we're doing. What ended up happening, he had two really phenomenal games. They eventually,
So he recovered miraculously, first of all.
yeah, he had that weekend within 3 days. I mean, 3 days prior, he couldn't even jog. And then he's playing in the state semifinal, and then he played in the state championship game. They ended up beating the team that had won it the last 8 years in a row. So everything just played out miraculously. And we're on our way home. We're on our way home from the game, and we're all excited. We're in the car, and my sister texts me. The local news channel covered the game and put together a few highlights of it. And on that news story reel, he got the first goal of the game. They went down 3-0. It looked like, okay, this wasn't going to happen tonight, right? He gets the first goal for his team. The game was a little bit later in the evening, so I think they didn't have a whole lot of time to put the whole thing together.
Yeah.
And so when they put it together, they showed his goal and they said his name. Well, it was the only name that the newscaster actually said on air. And so I started looking at it, and I'm thinking to myself, that's why did he get the first goal? He could have got any goal, right? He got the first one. And the only reason why I think his name was mentioned is because it was the first one. They had time to get that one in, right? And I think it's when we look at it, when you look back at it, you're like, I asked for him to have fun, have a good game, be able to use all his talents, right? Yeah. And I look at it and say, God just didn't have him score a goal, any old goal. He had him get the first one, which got his name on the news and everything else. And so it's just these little things that I think when you start looking at it, you start seeing the reasons why. I guarantee no one in my family realized any of this, right? But I did, and I knew it, and it's what I was asking for. Just these little things in the semifinal game. I think I sent you the clip, Dr. Hank, and what happened? They were winning, and it was down to the final minute. They're just running out the clock, and he had a goal early in the game, and then at the very end, I think there's like 25 seconds left or something like that. He got the ball down near the goal, and he was just wanted to run the clock out. So he goes to throw it across the field out to the far end. Well, the defender sticks his stick up, and he deflects it. It hits off his stick and bounces right in the goal. And it just when you look at it, I mean, most people look at it like, oh, what a fluky goal. How funny is that, right? Yeah. And I'm looking at it going, that's God. He just said, I will do anything that you ask for, and I'll show you exactly how good I am and how big I am. That ball the defender could have totally missed it, right? Not even hit it. It could have bounced anywhere, but it happened to go right into the goal, and it gave him this beautiful photo op. I mean, when it went in, it just kind of shocked him. He just turned around to the stands and raised his hands, and the photographer caught it, and it's now the backdrop on my computer screen. I mean, it's just these little tiny things that when you look back and you realize I asked for that, and God responded and gave that to me. And I know, we're talking about sports, right? Sports isn't all that important in life, but to him it is right now. And to me it was, and that's what I was asking for him. And that is what God gave us. Yeah. And, and I realized we created that, right? When I say we, God and I created that. Yeah. And I mean, these are memories that he'll have the rest of his life, and he can keep building on it. The other I had all these things happen in this last month. My daughter, who I've talked about, just graduated. She didn't have any job opportunities. I had been, over the course of this year, using all these exercises to ask for things I want, for me, and help with my business, and have a thriving business and success and all that. And it was about 2 months ago, I realized I really should be asking for things that my kids want and helping them achieve these things. And so I started asking for opportunities to come her way. And out of the blue, I bet it could have been that week. I'm not sure, because I don't know exactly when she got that opportunity, but she got a call out of the blue for an interview, and with a large company. And it was just boom, boom. She had the phone interview. They liked her. They invited her back to an in-person interview. She was competing against 3 other candidates that were more in line with this particular type of more finance background, and they chose her. She got the offer. It wasn't exactly what she wanted, so she had a lot of trepidation on whether or not she should take it, a lot of anxiety about it. So I just started praying and asking God, help her make the decision that's right for her. She has accepted. She was nervous about doing that. She was scared. She was, crying. I don't know what to do. This isn't what I want to do. I guess I have to do it. I'm like, you don't have to do anything, but do what you think is right, and do what's in your heart. So she accepted, and probably within a day, she started getting excited about it, and we started looking for apartments, and we've got to move quick. So we found her an apartment. We found one in the young, vibrant area of town. She's moving to Charlotte. We're in St. Louis, Missouri, so that she's a long way. Found her an apartment. Next week, I actually move her to Charlotte. So, all of this has been giving her the ability to, to sprout her wings and send her on her way. All these things made possible from what I've learned through this group, through you, Dr. Hank, manifesting this and creating our reality and making it happen, asking God, believing in it, and then accepting it and watching it come to life, right? It's just been, there's so many other little things within those 2 stories that have occurred that if you open your eyes and you see it, and if you open your eyes, you start seeing it, right? And you realize why this stuff is happening. It's just been an amazing month. And I can't say enough about it. I could talk forever about it, but that's what's been going on in my world.
Well, that's fantastic, Mike, and congratulations to you. That this is the idea about our cup overflowing, that when we are thinking about what we want, most parents are, I'm so concerned about my son, and this is, bad. And then you get bad, you get more bad, you get more concerned. And instead of being really focused on what you want, and to be clear, wasn't for him to win the game or his team to win, but for him, like Mike was saying, for him to feel good, to increase his self-esteem. And in everything, you can see a blessing. And to include when he injured himself, he was able to increase his confidence because his coach came to him and said, "Are you sure you can't play? We need you so bad." And that helped to increase his confidence. So when we start looking for the divine in everything and everyone, then we start seeing it. And the way that I summarize where you are, Mike, and by the way, it's all going to get better than this. This is just, you're just scratching the surface. But Mike had basically his one major client basically said he's leaving, and Mike turned that around in miraculous ways, again by him asking, Father doing the work, And so, and actually increased his business and got help with, having his daughter get this job, his son plays sports. So it doesn't matter what it is, that we have literally the power when we have the mindset and we're feeling good, that, and then allowing it, that we have the power to ask for whatever we want and get it. And that is the blessing. That's the miracle. Congratulations, Mike. Amazing.
Thank you.
Other good news to share?
Well, this is Liberty. I wanted to share with everyone that Carry the Load on Memorial Day weekend went fantastic. The message of what those troops do when they give their service to our country was brought across millions that weekend. So I just wanted to share that. And second, my husband and I managed to do Weekend Warrior projects the weekend after, and we were not on the news and we're not in the ER. So it's such a blessing. We did not kill each other, and we didn't. So that is like, if anyone understands or has met my Army Ranger husband, who is driven, focused, and he has to get it done. He did not die this weekend. He is alive.
Oh, that's great.
I had to make everyone laugh if you're married out there and understand how people butt heads on projects. You got two A-type personalities. I organized all the bolts and all the screws and everything else, kept losing them. I said, I asked my archangels to help me find him, and I found him like that. He goes, how did you do that? I'm like, the grace of God, you're still alive. So I had to share funny news. I know I'm being funny. Of course, I would never do that to my husband. I'm just saying, if anyone's ever done a project with your significant other and it takes hours. I'm sunburned, you can't tell, but I'm moving around a lot because I'm trying to think of something else besides the clothes touching my skin. There wasn't time for sunblock. Yes, ma'am.
Well, bless you. That's great. Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Oh, I said, my husband calls me the foreman when we do our projects.
I love that. So you feel me.
I feel you. I'm like,
sometimes you gotta crack that whip. Just get
sometimes.
going.
Well, I'm like, you're gonna make a 2-hour project, a 2-day project. I gotta help you.
Yeah. That doesn't work in his DNA. His DNA is where we started it, we're finishing it today. And the sun went down. I was like, okay. So we're all sore today. I can barely move. But it's all good. Lots of love happened yesterday. So I made jokes out of it, which are private, but it was funny.
Well, that's great, Liberty. And see, and we can literally manage any situation. I had someone this weekend say, oh, I'm going to have a really rough Sunday. And so, I don't know if I can talk to you, whatever. And I said, don't be saying that. If you say that you're going to have a really rough Sunday, or if you're feeling tired or whatever, that this is your prayer. And most people aren't aware that they're actually being listened to and it's being acted upon, whatever they are thinking, whatever they are praying. And then that prayer, those thoughts go into our feelings, and that's the signal that goes to our higher power and all that is. So they do all the work. We don't really have to do anything other than ask for it and allow it. And we can change any situation, just like Liberty changed typically a challenging time with her hubby doing a project to fun. And all of us have the ability to be able to do that. No matter who the people are, the circumstances or whatever, because there's the divine moment in every moment, every present moment. Beautiful. Thank you, Liberty. Other good news to share?
On that note, Dr. Hank,
Hey, Tammy.
I'm thinking that maybe some here can relate to this. I've been listening to Abraham Hicks for 12, 15 years. Almost on a daily basis, sometimes hours a day. I listen to them instead of music. I listen when I'm driving, etc. I just love their message. And the message is always the same.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the question is. It's always, you get what you think about, whether you want it or not, and being positive and happy. And with all that being said, I just feel so beat up. I feel like I'm doing such a beautiful thing that this world needs so much.
Yeah.
And I feel like if there was a devil and there was something negative out there, and I know because of Abraham that, it's a law of it's not assertion, it's attraction. People can't push themselves into you. You attract them, right? And it is one person after another. I will have the best, beautiful conversation, and we are in such alignment, and I'm going to help fund their nonprofit, or I'm going to help their real estate office to find listings that are donated real estate. And we have these beautiful conversations.
Yeah.
And one by one, they don't return a phone call. They disappear. They quit following me on social media. And it would be so wonderful if I knew why. Like if I were just hateful and horrible, or said something, atrocious or something. But I mean, I have some of the best conversations with people, including you, right? We had the conversation you and I had. Right. I have those all the time.
Yeah.
But then they disappear, and I'm so frustrated. And I know that talking about it just brings it about. And I just want to voice it.
Yeah.
And just, I don't want people to feel sorry for me. I don't want you to pray for me.
Right.
I just know that this is our heart family, and that maybe you all can relate, because we're all here wanting to do something great in the world. Even this beautiful woman that just spoke about her event yesterday. I want to help the veterans.
Right.
I want to help the animals. I want to help the children. I want to help them all get funded. And it's such a simple process, but one at a time. People are like, great job, Cammie, and they disappear.
Okay.
And I don't know what to do.
Okay. And so let me help you with that. So first of all of us have, and this is as easy as, this is simply what you don't want. And it could also be called contrast, things we don't like, things we don't want. And we have to have that contrast in order to birth what we do want, in order to have clarity. So instead of, Cammie, again, you're right, you don't want to be thinking about that, but at the same time, you want to face it. And so you did. And so we applaud you for saying, hey, I kind of get all this stuff, whatever, but, it's not, life isn't playing out for me the way that I want. So the first thing to do is to, as you did, is face it and say simply, this is what I don't want. Don't put a charge in it. You're emotionally in there where you're going to attract more because you're putting a charge into it. That the disappointment is, this is where you want to kind of like just shift your, literally, this is what I don't want. And then you ask, what do I want? And as you breathe deeply and really ask for that you will be given more clarity on really what you do want. Right now, it's your committee saying, and so here's kind of your committee, this drunken monkey, okay, this chattering that keeps you up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and this, hey, these people aren't being cooperative, and very nice conversations, but it never goes anywhere, blah, blah, blah. It's actually all the committee. And the committee is made of fear, worry, doubt, complaining, blaming, shame, guilt. And the head of the board of this committee is the judge. And the judge is going to judge you and say you didn't do a very good job, and then judge these other people, why are they, leaving, whatever. And so to get out of that and to put you on your lighted path, simply ask this: I want to feel better. Help me, show me the way. And that's a beautiful, beautiful statement to ask. Show me the way. Let go of all this and the charity and what it does and how it helps it, you got to let all that go. You're attached to it. And whenever you're attached to anything in this world, you're going to keep on dragging it with you. And you're going to get more of it and your cup will overflow, but not like Mike's cup, that it's the cup of wherever your momentum is, it's going to get bigger and bigger, whether it's wanted or unwanted. And so for you to let go of all of that and just ask to feel better. And what will happen, Cami, is you will start getting a thought. You will start attracting people, circumstances, and things that will make your future so much brighter than where it otherwise would be if you wouldn't have had this contrast. So bless this contrast, let it all go. And that's for all of us, to let go of whatever you gotta have, let it go. And when you detach and you put yourself in a state of allowing the answers, the solutions, the thoughts to then attract and become the beacon of light, that you will start attracting the things that you do want, the things that will make you feel better, because it's really all about how you feel. And why is that? Because that's where God, that's where your higher power, your inner being, whatever you want to call it, the universe, that's where, when you have that contrast, that instantly God goes to and knows what you want. And all we need to do is go there with God. So get out of the pity party. Don't think again about the things that you don't like. Release it all. And now just start as general as, I just want to feel better. I want to be happier. Because the world really doesn't need fixing. We just need to feel better, because then we're home. Because when we feel good, is God's up here. And when we feel good, that now that we're home and we're at ease. And then you start flying with the angels. You start seeing the blessing and everything, the divine moments and everything. This morning I walked out, as I did yesterday, and some of you have sent a picture of it. This morning I walked out and there's this white butterfly. And I asked this morning for my heart to sing. And butterflies, my mother loves butterflies. And so it reminded me of her. And then it's white. And white is Archangel Gabriel, the angel of communication. And I just, as this butterfly was just flowing within a couple of feet of me, just enjoying, relaxing, that I was with all that is. And when you are, all of this other stuff goes away, and the heaven's part, and everything that you want will flow to you easily, gracefully, gently, yet very powerfully into your experience. Okay? Yeah, good. All is well. All is well. And know that all of this it's almost like I put this in your place, this contrast, these things that you don't like, in order to guide you to this better future, this happier you. And when you thrive, the whole world thrives around you. So this is really more of an inside job. How are you thinking? How are you feeling? Because when you think as God does, and you know that if you're feeling good, that then you'll be on your lighted path. And you'll help more people than all the charities and everything else. This group, what we do here with the Master Heart Family, the ripple effect, it's like ocean wave effects on humanity. I can tell you, we are touching people all around the world, and in just amazing, incredible ways. And so each one of us have this ripple effect, this ocean wave effect, if you will, on humanity, as let it go. And all this stuff that we think we need from the outside world, and it goes to that your committee says, when everything gets fixed out there and I get all my chairs, I get all the people, blah, 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 then I'll be okay. But your soul says, hey, when you're okay in here, that then out here will be okay, better than okay. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
I like that. Today's like the anti-inflammatory for the week.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Lois, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Okay, now we can. Yes.
I'd love just to add confirmation. Whoops.
Yeah.
What the heck?
You're there.
Am I still there?
Yeah.
Yes.
For some reason, an advertisement recently added to oh gosh, now you're gone.
We still see
You're there. Just keep.
You're there? Okay.
Yeah.
Zoom decided to play tricks, so I'm just talking to a white screen. Dr. Hank, I just wanted to add a robust confirmation to all of the above that you said, and the story about walking outside and seeing that butterfly and the feeling that you had is awe.
Yeah.
Awe. That's different than happiness. And what one of the women said, who I forgot her name, as an anti-inflammatory. Yes. That feeling of awe is an anti-inflammatory. It's different than feeling happy. And this is from a psychoneuroimmunological background that I have with certifications in that. There are scientific studies so amazing that are done on actual human beings, not laboratory rats, using blood scans and brain scans. That feeling of awe increases your GABA neurons, decreases your cortisol, and increases the strength of your immune system. So whenever you can, and it's hard to feel that feeling of awe, but it's the most amazing feeling. It's the feeling that maybe a newborn or an infant feels when they see something just so mundane that we kind of take for granted, and that look in their eyes, that feeling is indeed an anti-inflammatory. And I guess my good news is that I discovered Dr. Hank and you guys, which are, a nice booster shot, because, sometimes when you're down or feeling cynical or judgmental and you try to use all your powers to get out of it, you say, am I just a happy ass going through, this is really bad. This is awful. Face the fact instead of trying to make light of it, but it's not making light of it. And just hearing Dr. Hank talk and hearing all of you, it's just like a nice booster shot. Like, yeah, there really is something to it. You're not just the happy ass Pollyanna going through it.
It's your B12 for today.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope I can. I'm going to try to see you all again. Now I'm going to launch the meeting and open Zoom again. See? That's my challenge. Zoom was waiting for me to get annoyed.
So
I said, no, I'm not going to get annoyed.
So, yeah. And so
that's when you question. You're talking to a machine. I'm getting mad at a machine.
And so I'm into all of that. It's beautiful. The only little tweak I would do is if you say it's hard, it will be. You get what you asked for.
Right. Get rid of that.
Yeah, get rid of that little tweak there. And I'm so happy. And that's one of our purposes is that, on Mondays to launch all of us to be able to have that wave out in the world. And again, we don't have to be saying anything to anybody. They'll feel that. And they'll be given the building the fire within them. We'll give them that. And they will see that. And so know that each one of us, I would say that one of us connected when we're in awe, that is way more powerful than millions that aren't. And that's who we are, is that, we are connected, and this helps us to connect. So that's beautiful. I know some of you wanted to say some other things, and amazing things have been happening all over, and I could literally spend the next couple of hours just talking about all the incredible things that have been happening for us, and with Robin, with Deborah Crystal, and just really incredible things, changing circumstances, and one thing with or two things with Deborah Crystal, that Deborah had a lot of contractions last night and whatever, and was up most of the night, and she's in month 9 here and getting ready to deliver soon. But the miracles that have been happening, her and Jaira, the baby within her, and what a great time that they've been having, and how she's appreciated this time more than her first child that she had, just because of her whole mindset and realizing that all is well. And the doctor's all concerned about her, and she isn't concerned at all, and her health, just amazing health results, and money coming in. She has a business where she has passive income, but like she just moved into her dream home, and the lease that was due for the next couple of months that she owed, and the lady was all mean and said, I'm not letting you out of the lease, that I just told Deborah, Deborah, what do you want? And she got clear. I want to be out of the lease. And I said, okay. And so just start saying that, and start that everything's going to play out great. And I don't know, last Friday, the landlord calls and says, hey, you know what? You can just leave. Don't owe anything, and thousands of dollars. So it can be anything from, all moments to more money, more business, more happiness, more joy, the prize joy for us. And with that because of time, that I promise that, I ask every week, and I ask God, and all that is, I ask, what should we talk about? Where should we go? What should we do together as the Masterheart family? And so today, I was told earlier last week, because I just ask and I wait for the answer, and I know the answer's coming also, and I get this, talk about, let's go to paradise. And so that's where we're all going to go. And a little behind the paradise and the magic that happens with us. Another example is one of our Masterheart family members, Dua, starts telling me about how she's unhappy with the books that children are reading, that they're, they put contrast in the books, and so there's these deaths or whatever, and her children have been waking up with like nightmares. And she said, because I've written 20 books, and she said, Dr. Hank, could you please write a children's book? And this is only a couple of weeks ago, okay? And so I am always just open to pure state of alignment. Sure, that sounds like a great idea. It really felt good. I knew that I was being guided. Felt good. And then the idea comes to me, I could have Mia, who's a member of a Masterheart family, who's an artist and like a hip, fantastic artist out of California, that she said, I'd love to do the art on the book, and this children's book. I've always wanted to do a children's book and paint the art on it. And so all of this, again, in the past 2 weeks, comes together. The name of the book is Journey to Paradise, and it's with Mr. Happy. And so there's this Mr. Happy character. He has a tux on, and on the long tails of the tux, in the back of the tux are little wings. Mr. Happy is a little angelic. And then Mr. Happy introduces in the book, and by the way, the book's already written now, that just like it just streams, I just channel this from divine intelligence from God and all that is, and I give such thanks for that. And so we introduce the children to Mr. Happy, And then we, who might be me, by the way, and and then to the 7 archangels, and then we take them to 3 magical places. And the first one is into God's garden of paradise. And then we take them to a stairway where they go into paradise. And then we take them into God's field of dreams, where they take their thoughts, their wishes, their desires, their dreams, and they plant the seeds of their dreams in God's field, this golden field that it was laid out in the book for them and will be painted now by Mia in this way. And then we'll again make another impact, Master Heart Family, now for the future of the world and with the children. And so with that, why don't we go to paradise? Who wants to go to paradise? Well, let's go there. It's always available to us. And if we just relax now and know that we can go to this place at any time. And I'd encourage you to close your eyes. It's better to do the inside job, if you will, by closing your eyes. And now using your almighty breath. Breath. The Bible spirit means breath. Let's all breathe in now. 5 seconds in. And that cleansing breath. Actually, the more you fill your lungs with this beautiful divine oxygen, that the better quality of life you'll have. And so breathe in and breathe out. And just let it all go. Let the troubles go, let the worries go. Breathe in. And breathe in the divine now into your thoughts, your emotions, and your spirit, and every cell of your body. And just let go and just say to yourself at ease. And be now as children, all of us together. Feeling so happy, so carefree. Breathe in and breathe out. And just as you relax now and let go from the top of your head, all the way down your body, down to your toes, just releasing, letting go, being so comfortable. You are so loved. You're so supported. And we now guide you to all of your desires. Breathe in. And as you breathe in, feel your heart and how your heart is just getting bigger and bigger. The guards are gone. The chains are off. And just feel your heart expand now, your love, the essence of who we all are, and we're all connected with this beautiful. And now release your breath. Let go. Breathe in. And as we breathe in now, you to take each other's hands. We're in a circle, Master Heart Family, our spiritual family, and invite any and everyone that you want into this beautiful circle. We're all tied together with this beautiful heart, this beautiful essence, this loving energy that we call God. We invite that energy now into the middle of our circle. The loving divine energy of God flowing down now into us, into every thought, into every feeling, every pore of our body. Feel the loving energy support and guidance, God, all that is now with us. And we begin to rise up. We begin to float together in this beautiful circle. We love floating higher and higher and above Mother Earth. And we look down at Mother Earth from there, that beautiful world. It's all fine. And we are the ones that make it finer. We love this as we continue to float out. And we meet our 7 archangels now. And they come in the middle of the circle. And they give us health and wealth and success. All the freedom and all the joy that we have ever wanted is now ours. Is together. We fly together. We fly out into the beautiful, beautiful place. And we look now down into space. And we see this beautiful garden. And it has this golden gate in front of it. And we all land now in front of God's garden of paradise. It feels so good. We just feel all the loving energy with us and in us and through us and all around us. It feels so good. It's the gates open up now. These golden gates open up. And as we walk in, we feel the light of God touching our minds, our hearts, our body. So beautiful, so warm, so enlightened now. Our minds are illuminated now. They're in a pure state of awe. And it feels so good walking into God's garden of paradise, smelling the fresh flowers, the spring air, the breeze of God's breath rubbing that up against our cheeks. Oh, it's so divine. I'm so happy. And we look upon this beautiful, beautiful garden. All the flowers and trees. And we look up, and as the light, God's light hits us and illuminates us, that then we start hearing the harps playing and hear the beautiful harps playing for you, dear divine one, playing to your heart. And now the angels are dancing. Everything is so, so happy, so joyous, so carefree. We are so powerful in our love that we now create things the way that we want them. Breathe in deeply. And now look at this magnificent chair in front of you. It's a red velvet chair made out of gold. And it's made for you and your kingdom. And you now sit in this most comfortable chair. The chair of your kingdom where you sit and you know that you can make it the way that you want it. That just by you feeling good, by you having the faith of God, in God, knowing that you simply use your magical mind that literally takes the energy that makes worlds into your experience now, your kingdom. And just now, be at ease, sit in your beautiful, most comfortable chair. So happy, so free. Looking around, seeing the angels dancing, seeing your 7 archangels just pumping loving energy into you to manifest, to have health mentally, emotionally, physically, Feels so good. You're now with Archangel Gabriel and being now the angel of communication. Oh, feels so good. And Shamuel, unconditional love. We use our love now. There are no more conditions. That we freely give our love. There's an endless supply of love to give ourselves first, and then the world. We feel so good. We love sitting in paradise. Let me give thanks for this beautiful experience that launches us now into a brighter and better future for us and our loved ones, for everyone. As we generate this wave, not ripples, but waves, ocean waves of love out to everything, everywhere. And your kingdom is always here in God's garden. It is your kingdom. You do the asking, and we shall do the answer. And now let us rise out of our magnificent chairs, go into the center of God's garden and hold hands together. Just feel your heart now, how it's just beating so brilliantly, so powerfully, so lovingly, and that your heart vibe now goes out to the circle, to each other. Lifting us as we now begin to rise up, start floating, looking down at God's magnificent garden. So happy knowing that we can always come here. So happy knowing that our kingdom is now prospering just the way that we want. That light of God beams on you now, and you are the beacon of light. And as we go down back to earth, that you are the light of the world. You receive now God's light. Your heart is so open now, fully open, fully there to give to all, starting you. But love yourself more than you ever love yourself. And we float now together with our 7 angels. And we come from space into seeing the world, that beautiful world, blue and green, just magnificent that we live in. And we now make better. As we float down into earth, come back down into our chairs. Feel this brightness around us, this glowing about us, this love percolating within us that goes out there. We are always connected. And we give thanks for paradise. Give thanks for our kingdom. That our kingdom now prospers. And I invite you now back into the room. Gently flow into your chair. You can open up your eyes and welcome this beautiful world. Because we are now living in paradise right here on earth. So with that, anybody want to share any experience?
Hello?
Yeah. I feel good, do, like I knew that I would. Woo. So good, so good. Are you ready to sing? You know, we all have our inner child within us. And so we're going to do our little sing along. Let's get singing. Yeah. So repeat after me. We've invited our hearts in.
We've invited our hearts in.
in. Now it's time for our dreams to begin.
Now it's time
For our dreams to begin.
We love our Master Heart family.
We love our Master Heart family.
As we now walk together merrily.
As we walk together merrily.
We are now leading with heart.
We are now
living with heart.
And this is how to live life smart. And this
This is how to live life smart.
Sound off our Master Heart family.
Sound off our Master Heart
Master Heart family.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes,
Oh, that was beautiful. Wow. Living in paradise right here on earth. I love it. You guys are going to have, we're all going to have just an amazing week now, and you're going to share your love. And again, you don't have to say anything. You don't have to fix anything. You just be who you are, because you are the beacon of light to the world. Love you all. Bye-bye.